Hey guys, I am Ian K, and once again I'm back with another update with my Brognimancer comp. So I've received some comments as well from some people who are fortunate or maybe unfortunate enough to have all the other champions in this comp except for Toragi. So I had mentioned before that Toragi is kind of like a key to tie together the Brogni and Geomancer comp, and he kind of is. But I found that after testing and basically after the comments of people saying that they don't have Taragi, I'm trying to figure out what can I do if I don't have a Taragi. So obviously the next best option if you don't have a Taragi, but you have all the other champions, specifically like if you have a Riho or like I mentioned, the better upgrade of Riho, which is Venomancer. You have Riho or Venomancer for the decreased defense, decreased attack roll. And you have a Valkyrie because with Toragi provides the shield for Brogni. So if you don't have Toragi, you unfortunately you need the Valkyrie to provide the shields for support. So if you have those two, uh, Valkyrie for the shield, Riho or Venomage for the decreased defense and decreased attack, you can actually replace Toragi with another 3-turn ally protection champion like Versalf or Tyrant, any other 3-turn ally protection champion like Rearguard. Or what I'm going to show in this video is that replacing Toragi with a DPS champion altogether. So you don't need an ally protection, you just put in DPS champions. So in this video, I'm going to showcase the first comp is using um, Wurlim. So I'm using three different DPS champions in this video, and they are all pretty unique champions. So the first I have is Wurlim. So now that I guess the first thing to point out is that my champion gear, so Riho, Geomancer, and Brogni, they have the I'm sorry, Riho, the exact same gear as my previous videos. Geomancer, same gear, no change. And the change is on Brogni. So now, previously I always had my Brogni in Savage gear. So now that we don't have the ally protection anymore, Savage alone is not enough to survive. He can't survive the AoEs anymore. So I had to switch him into Stalwart. So he is now in Stalwart. He has 3.2k attack, 3.5k defense, 100% crit rate, and a little lower crit damage than I would like, but it's still decent. So this is his gear. All right, and now the first champion. Uh, oh, sorry, and my Valkyrie. Valkyrie is again in the exact same gear that I had before. So the first DPS champion I'm going to showcase is I had Wurlim. So Wurlim, he is also in Stalwart. Again, since there's no ally protection, pretty much everyone is in Stalwart except for Geomancer. So I have him in about 4.5k defense, 100% crit rate, 253 crit damage, and the necessary speed, 187 speed. All right, so I'm gonna showcase the run. So pretty much it's the run is functions exactly the same. There's no difference in terms of like the setup. It's mainly just the setup and the working of the comp. What's unique about Wurlim is that, hold on one second. So right now, as you can see, this is a magic affinity. So this is not the best affinity. The best affinity is Spirit, since Geomancer is a stun target. So in this comp, in this test, it's done on magic. So this is not the best affinity. It's the second best affinity. It probably could perform better on Spirit, but yeah, this is just a showcase. So, so the good thing about Wurlim here is that Wurlim offers the so when I try to fit in DPS champion, obviously the first thing is anyone who could do DPS, but apart from DPS, what else can the champion offer? So I chose Wurlim because Wurlim can place increased defense and a strengthen. So he's increased defense and strengthen helps the team survive a little bit longer, and the increased defense also help increase Valkyrie's shield. So yeah, this is just I guess the setup of the team. So he Wurlim provides increased defense strengthen. The shield got bigger, Valkyrie shield got bigger, and then yep. So from then on, it's just a standard routine one-to-one comp. So Whirlim does about 100k plus each hit, so that's his DPS that he offers. So I'm just gonna fast forward the video quickly, just show some highlights of this run, and then I'll come back at the end. Okay, so we are at turn 60, turn 61 now. The comp still looks relatively healthy, but that was just the first AoE. So now the first AoE was obviously the biggest shield. Now it's the second AoE. See how much the shield gets chunked down. And you can see Valkyrie, Brogni doesn't have the increased defense and strengthen, while everyone else still have it. So their shield is much less survivable compared to everyone else. So they got like maybe a third of their health got chunked down. Now let's see if Valkyrie can tank the stun. Okay, she can. She's died. So the stun killed her off. But okay, it looks like we were able to reach the one key. So even with Wurlim, we barely hit the one key. Yeah. So and this is obviously the second best affinity on magic. So one key on magic, most probably one key on force. So the only problem is sorry, one key on spirit. So the only problem is force where Geomancer is the stun target. It and obviously the weak hits as well. So the shield will not be as big. Okay. Yeah, so Brogni surviving with the lifesteal. One more turn. Yep, survive one more turn. And there he goes. So 69 turns, 73 million damage. So this is how the team performed. Yeah, about 12 million on Wurlim. So yeah, still one keying. And I showed Wurlim's gear already. He unfortunately, you do have to fully book him. At least his A3. The other two is not really relevant to be honest. It's only his A3 to get this skill on a 3-turn cooldown. Then his masteries is just the standard clan boss war master masteries with the defensive damage mitigation and counterattack. All right, now the second DPS champion is also, if you watch my channel, I made a couple videos on this champion for an unkillable comp, and this time I'm going to bring him in a non-unkillable comp. That's right, it's Elder Skarg. So once again, Elder Skarg is in Stalwart gear. Um, so what's unique about his Elder Skarg again is that he has his A1 that places increased speed on himself. So in order to tune him into this team, you can actually lower his speed quite significantly. So I have him down at 155 speed instead of like the 18 something 187 speed that you need for the other champions. So he's able to bring him down like 30 speed lower so you can gear him a little bit better. So this is his stats. 5k attack, 3.3k defense, 85 6% crit rate, 254 crit damage, and no accuracy. We don't want to interfere with the HP burn from Geomancer. So yeah, this is his gear, just going through quickly. And his masteries. So I have him in Giant Slayer Mastery. Alright, so I'll show the run. So once again, the same routine setup, exact same setup. Now we're just bringing in Elder Skarg. So in this comp, Elder Skarg, in order to be in tune, the first skill that he has to use is he has to A1 first to give him the increased speed immediately. Then once you've done that, then you can use his um, A2. And I guess I forgot to mention, you also have to do the AI preset to never use his A3. So we don't want him to use his A3 at all, just A1 and A2. Then I choose to skip the A2 here because there's no decreased defense and weaken. So I only use it once the decreased defense and weaken is placed by Geomancer and Riho. So now we have the full, I guess the best DPS we can do. So he does about 60, 70k per hit right there, 6 times. Yeah, so this is the team. So I'll just once again, fast forward this run, just show a couple of highlights, and then I'll come back when the run is almost over. Okay, so we are in turn 52 now. So it looks like a lot of their health are being chunked down already. I think so. This comp is gonna be dying soon, I think. Yeah, everyone health is getting real low. Can we hit the 1 key? We have 4 more million to hit. Oh, Valkyrie died there. Turn 54. Yeah, so without the increased defense and strengthen, Valkyrie's shield is not as big, so the team doesn't last as long as the Wurlim team. We might not be able to hit the 1 key. Oh, a little bit more. 1 key. Geomancer. Oh, just hit the 1 key. 70.6 million. Yeah, so just perfect 1 key right here. Uh, yeah, this is the team. So it didn't last as long as the Wurlim comp. I think it maybe like 10 turns less, but this is the team. So Elder Skark doing 17 million and everyone else 23, 19, 4, and 6. All right. Yeah, so just showing you can use any DPS champion in this final slot right here. I showed Wurlim, I showed uh, um, Elder Skark. If you have any better DPS champions on your account, like let me just look here. Like Traxa works, Brackus works. Even if you want to add a poisoner like Xavier works as well. Razin, Fushan, Jintoro. Ninja works, but you have to tune him a little differently. But this is Ninja is something that I'm working on currently. Yeah, so you can use any whatever DPS champion you have on your account that you think can work and fit it in there. And finally, I have one more champion that I'm going to showcase, and that is the uh, Vizier and Venomage combo. So I'm going to be using Vizier as my DPS slot, quote unquote DPS, and Venomage to replace Riho. So where is she? Right here. Venomage and Vizier. So I'll show Vizier first. So my Vizier is completely unbooked, so he's not booked at all. He's just depending on his A1, and then he has the Giant Slayer with the defense mitigation masteries. Venomage, same thing. The standard counterattack mastery, damage mitigation, and more master. So I'll go over the gear quickly, but Venomage is booked. So just quickly, and I have both of them in stalwart gear. Venomage has about 3k defense. Could go higher in the defense, but I couldn't. I don't have enough stalwart gear to split around 5 champions well enough. So Vizier has 4.5k defense. I didn't bother with dealing damage with him. All he is just to extend the debuffs. So stalwart again, and his gear is not really even maxed yet. All right. So yeah, so one thing cool about this combo is that Venomage has her A1 that consumes the poison. So Vizier extending the poison, and oftentimes Vizier extend poisons to like 30, 40 turns or so. But realistically, all those extra turns of poison is actually um, wasted, right? Because the clan boss is never going to take like that 20 plus turns to use all that poison to damage it. So what Venomage does is that whenever she A1s, she will consume that poison. So she will be able to utilize uh, the extension that Vizier does with the poison. And also, Vizier extends the decreased defense and decreased attack, as well as the HP burn from Geomancer. So it's basically 100% uptime on it. So we don't have to worry about like a resist on the decreased attack that suddenly ends the run prematurely. So yeah, that's the kind of the benefit. Obviously the flaw is that Vizier is Force Affinity, um, Venomage is Magic, so they're both different affinities. So if either one of them is in like a bad affinity, they have a chance to resist, and especially bad for Vizier. During Spirit, if Vizier gets resisted a lot, he won't be able to increase the duration of the debuff. So that's kind of the flaw of the comp. But yeah, so I've pre-recorded the run once again. So let me just pull it up. So this is what the run looks like. So I had it start at about, I started recording about turn 6, so we have the buffs up. So Vizier just extends the buff. Venomage will consume the buff, the poisons. So Vizier's AI preset is just set, so he always does his A1. He doesn't use his other skills. And yeah, so I'll just let this run go quickly. I'll just fast forward the run, show some highlights of it, then I'll come back when the run is about to end. Okay, so we're approaching turn 50 now. We can see the shields of Brogni and Venomage got chunked down in AoE 1, so they might not survive AoE 2, we'll see. And you can see the debuff bar extended quite a lot. Comparatively, like the decrease defense, decrease attack, HP burn weaken are at like 45 turns compared to the poison, which is like 18 and 20. So which means that approximately 20 of the poisons got consumed by Venomate. So that is like 20 times 4 times 50. So that's an extra how many million in damage from Venomage and Vizier. All right, Valkyrie died there, turn 50, but we already hit the 1 key mark. So yep. So the comp doesn't need to last long to hit the 1 key. Obviously, it's nice to get to last long and hit the nice 100 mil numbers, but realistically, you don't need to hit those high numbers. So like if you don't have the perfect champions, you can swap them. Like all the comps that I've shown, none of them have ally protection. So without ally protection and just the shields, the comp lasts up to turn 50. But it's still 1 keys. So there you have it. Everyone's damage. So Vizier doesn't do that much damage. Venomage doing the most damage in the comp actually, higher than Geomancer. So yeah, a cool combo with Vizier and Venomage in this Brognimancer comp. All right. Yeah, so those are just the three, I guess, different options of champions that I showcased. Uh, like I mentioned before, you can use any other DPS that you have. Better if they can provide additional utility. Like a champion that I think would be really good is like just a straight DPS. Is Alten. I have an Alten, but unfortunately, where is he? I have him. Unfortunately, I don't have books to book him out, but he's a good option because he provides the increased defense on a 3-turn cooldown. So you can use him as both a DPS as well as an increased defense to enhance Valkyrie's shield, just like Wurlim. And let's see, one more really good option that I also have, but I don't have him built out is you see my vault? Yep, right here, Iron Brago. So Iron Brago is a really good option as well. Again, he provides similarly the like 100% uptime on increased defense. So this is better because 3 turns increase defense, and so you can lower everyone else's defense by 60%. You don't have to get them at for 4.5k, 4.2k, and Iron Brago also does um, a good amount of DPS. And combined with Valkyrie, yeah, both of them a bigger shield. Unfortunately, I don't have Iron Brago booked, so I can't use him, but he's a really good option. So yeah, those are two good defensive option. If you want to use like attack-based champions, like I did with Elder Skarg, that's perfectly fine as well. So it's just up to you on what you want. You want to deal damage, or do you want to survive long with ally protection? Um, yeah, there you have it. So if you don't have Toragi, no ally protection champions, you can just straight up use a DPS champion. All right, I think that covers pretty much all three of the champion slots that you may not have if you have Brogni and Geomancer. You don't have Toragi, you don't have Riho, or you don't have the what was the third option? The Tyrant for the second ally protection. In all three of my videos, I showed the combination you can use with Brogni and Geomancer. All right, so just feel free to comment down below if you have any questions. As always, I'll try to answer them. And I also have I'll be starting up my own Discord server because I have a lot of people who ask if they want to be able to contact me directly, and you can contact me through my personal Discord. Just send me a DM. My Discord username, I've shared it in my community post. You can look it up, or you can join my Discord and just submit any questions that you have. All right. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.